All right, folks, welcome back to my special red carpet coverage of Techstars Columbus, powered by The Ohio State University. My name is Elio Harmon with 614 Startups, and I'm here with my very, very special guest, Elena of Besample. Elena, welcome to the red carpet.
Thank you, Elio. It's an honor to be here by your side.
Okay, well, the honor is all mine because I got a sneak peek at your pitch, and I am in love. Tell the people a little bit about your company.
So Besample is the first ever data marketplace that empowers research beyond the West. You're not from the US, are you?
No, I'm from Liberia, West Africa.
Right, so do you feel that your country has been traditionally underrepresented in research?
I believe so.
Yes, and I think that actually stands for majority of world countries. 96% of all research data comes from Americans. We have been ignoring the rest of the world for too long, so Besample is on a mission to change that and to finally make those voices heard from the remote corners of the world. We're giving researchers direct access to data from people in 42 world countries.
And here's the big question. So what?
So if you base your research on just one country, like in my pitch, I talk about how there was a misconception about girls and boys doing math and men having a better natural ability for math than girls, just because they only researched America. You don't have the variety of conditions to actually know the fundamental truth. If you want to know the truth about people, you have to sample from the humanity, not from just one country. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. And another illustration that you had was when you stated that of all the other continents, there's 6 billion other people. Talk about a statistical significance and a part of the world population that isn't getting talked to.
Right, so the United States is actually 5% of the world's population and 95% is living elsewhere. And we have been almost only sampling data from Americans, thus confining our pretty much everything we know about humans to a narrow set of conditions. We don't know what it is like to be a person living in Africa. We almost know nothing about how life is in Latin America, and what does it mean to be a human or Asia, in those countries that are beyond. It is almost fair to say that we know very little about humans today because we have only been looking at Americans.
All right, so what are you hearing back from researchers? Are they like, hallelujah, finally, we get to talk to people outside of the U.S. What are your users, what kind of feedback are you getting?
So in my pitch, I have this snapshot of our advisor and one of our users, a professor at Duke University, who confesses that he recently spent 6 years trying to run a multinational study that only reached, I think, 5 or 6 countries. And that's the reality researchers have been living before us. So if they wanted to go beyond the US, that was so painstaking that they almost always would be I'm giving up, that's too hard. So what our research is telling us is that it has become fast, it has become super affordable, because we're actually because it's automated, we're not really charging any of the managerial fees. It's literally almost what you're paying to the person who is answering your questions or taking part in your experiments, plus a small platform fee, and boom, you get your data in within days, not years.
That's amazing. So 12 weeks, a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of challenge.
Yes.
What was your favorite part of the last 12 weeks?
So, okay, we've seen many amazing mentors, lecturers. We got a bunch of insights, but I want to tell you my favorite moment was when we were practicing a pitch for an interested investor. We're practicing a product demo, and one of my fellow founders in my cohort, Craig with Currents, came up to me and said, I overheard you rehearsing this demo. Let me give you a couple of tips on how to run a demo. And then he improvised a demo of Besample that almost made us cry. We were like, oh my God, the world has been so shitty without our product, and now it's so great. So we learned, my point is that in Techstars, you're learning from mentors, you're learning from people who are there to teach you, but you are also learning from the environment, from other founders, from just being in this, kind of melting pot of ideas and of people. That was my favorite moment.
Yeah, as a girl dad of a budding math genius,
congrats.
That was the slide of the night for me. So thank you so much for joining me on the red carpet. What's next for you and your team?
So we are graduating Techstars today. We are up for more growth. We actually doubled our user base during Techstars, and we're on for more. We are experimenting with our own crowd in Kenya, Brazil, and India, and we will be opening around sometime soon.
All right, amazing. Elena, thank you so much for your time. I know you got to go mix and mingle.
Yes.
All right, folks, there you have it, live from the red carpet. These are the types of founders that are part of Techstars Columbus. Stay tuned.